impacts across the whole grounds, the whole event, television, players, everything. Over 40,000 people coming in here every day.
Jamie Baker did not place Alexandra Eala anywhere. If you take only one thing from this video, take that sentence. Because the version of Alex Eala's Wimbledon entry circulating online right now isn't just a little off. It's wrong at a structural level, wrong at an institutional level, wrong at a legal level. And the distance between what people are claiming and what actually happened is far more interesting than any manufactured controversy ever could.
It's competition between, it's friendly competition, but there is competition between the four slams.
Yeah, and look, we know all the amazing attributes that we have here at Wimbledon and the championships, but at no point this place is. We haven't achieved what we've achieved by being complacent. You can never, ever, ever be.
Here is what really took place at the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club in 2026. Alexandra Maniego Eala, born May 23, 2005 in Quezon City, Philippines, got into the Wimbledon 2026 singles main draw through a process Jamie Baker has no power to override. Entry into the tournament runs on a strict 6-week freeze. Of the 128 spots in the women's singles draw, 108 are handed out automatically purely on the basis of each player's official WTA ranking as it stood in early June. At that cutoff, Eala sat at world number 77. Direct acceptance went to anyone ranked inside the top 108. She was comfortably inside that line. The system simply let her in. No committee convened. No phone call was placed. No human being made a call either way. Jamie Baker, a former British number 2, who retired from the tour in 2013 and now works as head of professional tennis and tournament director at the ELT, handles things like scheduling, facilities, and communicating with players. What he doesn't have is the authority to override the WTA ranking formula and hand out main draw places himself. Which raises the real question: if Baker wasn't behind Eala's entry, who actually makes the discretionary calls at Wimbledon? That's championship referee Denise Parnell, not Baker. Parnell oversees the wildcard process. The first round of 2026 Wimbledon wildcards went out on her behalf on June 16th, and Eala's name wasn't anywhere on that list because she never needed to be. The ELK's wildcard panel used its discretion to hand spots to Harriet Dart, to Maja Kwalinska, and for the doubles draw, to Serena Williams. Those were genuine judgment calls made by people with the power to make them. Eala's path into the draw involved none of that. No committee, no discretion, no scandal. But here's the part most coverage of this story has skipped entirely. To understand why a fake controversy got attached to Eala's name, you need to look at what an actual Wimbledon entry controversy looks like. Start with Maja Kwalinska. The Polish player walked into the 2026 French Open ranked 114th in the world. She then won 9 straight matches on the Paris clay, reached the final against 8th seed Mira Andreeva, and watched her ranking rocket to number 21. Normally, cracking the top 25 locks in a seed at the next major automatically. But Wimbledon's 6-week freeze meant Kwalinska's entire run in Paris simply didn't register with the entry system in time. A player good enough to be ranked 21st in the world was, on paper, shut out of direct acceptance. That forced the All England Club's wildcard panel to step in, handing her a discretionary singles spot so a top 25 player wouldn't be sent through qualifying at Roehampton. But the story didn't stop there. Wimbledon went on to seed her anyway, slotting her in at number 20. It's the first time in the Open era that any Grand Slam has seeded a wildcard recipient. That's the genuine institutional tangle here, a player's current form colliding head-on with a 6-week-old snapshot, and the tournament choosing to bend its own rulebook to untangle it. Then there's the Tennis Kenya situation, which is a useful benchmark for what real administrative failure looks like. In January 2026, after a last-minute withdrawal at an ITF event in Nairobi, Tennis Kenya handed a singles wildcard to a 21-year-old Egyptian player, Hajar Abdelkader. She wasn't registered with her own national federation. She didn't show up on any official player roster anywhere. Abdelkader then took the court against Germany's Lorena Schettel, ranked 1026th in the world, and lost 6-0, 6-0, winning a grand total of 3 points in the entire match. Clips of it spread everywhere. Tennis Kenya ended up publicly admitting the wild card never should have been issued, conceding it hadn't properly checked the player's credentials before trying to fill out the draw. That's what genuine administrative breakdown looks like. Alex Eala beating world number 2, Eala Wimbledon 7-5, 6-4 in Berlin is the exact opposite of that. And what came after Berlin reframes the whole conversation. The points that pushed Eala into the number 29 seed at Wimbledon weren't handed to her by any committee. They were earned across 13 matches in 20 days on grass, against a field stacked with some of the most dangerous players on the tour. Eala opened her 2026 grass swing as top seed at the Birmingham Classic. She beat Priscilla Hahn 6-0, 6-2, then Elena Korneva 6-2, 7-5 while winning 73% of her first serve points. She followed that with a 6-3, 6-2 win over Maninkaia Sawanki, taking 92% of first serve points, then ground out a 3-set semi-final against Rebecca Marino, winning 81% of her second serve points while fending off 11 aces. In the final on June 7th, she outlasted Czech teenager Nikola Bartunkova 5-7, 6-3, 7-5, taking 107 total points across the 3 sets to claim her second career WTA 125 singles title. From Birmingham, she headed to Queen's Club, beating veteran Zhang Shuai 6-3, 6-2 before losing in the round of 16 to Iva Jovic. Then came Berlin. Eala arrived in Berlin as a wild card and tore through the draw in a way nobody saw coming. She knocked out newly crowned Queen's champion Donna Vekic, world number 33, 7-5, 6-4, saving 12 of 14 break points against her. Next came Eala Wimbledon, world number 2, and a former Wimbledon champion. Eala beat her 7-5, 6-4, weathering 13 Wimbledon aces while holding a 69% first serve rate and winning 72 total points. In the quarterfinals, she dispatched world number 8 Aryna Sabalenka 6-3, 6-4, converting 5 of 10 break points and landing 79% of her first serves, her 6th career win over top 10 opponent. Eventual Berlin champion Linda Noskova ended her run in the semi-final, but the ranking points from Birmingham and Berlin were already locked in. Once players ranked above her withdrew from the Wimbledon field, the seeding math settled. Eala, sitting at world number 30 as of June 22, 2026, landed the provisional number 29 seed, the first Filipino singles player ever seeded at a Grand Slam in the Open era. And that detail changes how everything else should be read. The body producing all of that was wearing down in real time. After the Berlin semi-final, Eala headed to Bad Homburg, entering both the singles draw and a doubles wildcard pairing alongside 5-time Wimbledon champion Venus Williams. It was there the physical toll became impossible to miss. She took the court against world number 24 Elise Mertens with heavy tape across her left shoulder and elbow the shoulder behind the heavy topspin forehand her whole game is built around. Attached to the same serve that Greg Rosetsky, Andrea Petkovic, and Martina Navratilova have all publicly pointed to as the area she most needs to develop. Against Mertens, she won just 28% of her second serve points and hit 3 double faults. Final score, 6-3, 6-3. That kinesiology tape wasn't there for show. 13 matches in 20 days on the most physically punishing surface switch in the sport had clearly taken its toll. And this is where the story stops being about tennis and starts being about something much bigger. Eala has now banked more than $2.21 million in career prize money as of June 22, 2026. Wimbledon 2026 is offering a record £64.2 million purse, a 20% jump from the year before and the largest single-year increase in the tournament history. Whoever wins the women's singles title will take home more than £1 million above what Mira Andreeva and Alexander Zverev each earned for winning the French Open. Even crashing out in the first round at Wimbledon now comes with financial stakes that would have been unthinkable for Eala 18 months ago. Sponsors clocked this long before tennis insiders did. Globe Telecom signed her when she was just 8 years old. Babolat, Nike, the Bank of the Philippine Islands, and Milo all followed. For her 2025 Wimbledon debut, Nike gave her a custom hair tie shaped like a sampaguita blossom, the Philippines' national flower, and later released a limited edition apparel line built around her. None of that commercial backing is a reaction to invented drama. It's a reaction to results that actually happened, and behind those results sits a family story that pro sports rarely puts on display so openly. Eala's mother, Rosemary Manyego Eala, won bronze in the 100-meter backstroke at the 1985 Southeast Asian Games in Bangkok, clocking 1 minute 11.36 seconds. She went on to become Chief Financial Officer of Globe Telecom, one of the largest telecom companies in the Philippines, before stepping down from that role in 2024 to support her daughter's full-time move into pro tennis. Her maternal grandfather, Roberto Bobby Maniego, put a racket in her hands at age 4 and became her first coach, setting off the chain of events that now ends in a seated slot at the All England Club. Former pro Cecil Mamiet, who once cracked the world's top 72 and won 6 Southeast Asian Games gold medals, has known Eala since she was an 8-year-old training around Davis Cup ties. He's spoken about her potential to build a legacy that lifts an entire generation of Southeast Asian players. That's the real scale of what's happened here, not some shocking favor from a tournament director who never had the power to grant one. A 21-year-old from Quezon City who graduated from the Rafa Nadal Academy in Manacor, Spain, played 13 matches in 20 days on the most demanding surface transition in the sport, beat the world number 2 and world number 8 back-to-back, and earned a Wimbledon seed through a ranking system that has no interest in anyone's narrative. So here's the question: Wimbledon 2026 will actually answer the 1-no ranking formula, no prize pool, no sponsorship deal, and no fabricated controversy can settle in advance. When Alex Eala walks onto the grass at the All England Club as the number 29 seed, taped up, with a serve Martina Navratilova has flagged and a shoulder bad Hamburg already tested, facing opponents who've poured over every stat from that match, does the system that got her there actually hold up?